All right, so I got Cathy from TomCat's Place. Tell us a little bit about TomCat's Place and how you got started.
Hey, how you doing? So my name is Cathy and my husband is TomCat. And we got started. We went online because we had a house, right? It had 4 apartments, and 2 of them were rented, and they weren't paying rent. So I don't know who came up with the idea to start a sober house, because my husband and I have been sober 23 years. So we decided to do it. So we went online, and we were like, how to open up a sober house, right? Or sober houses. And Elder Key popped up. So we were reading, we're like, who's this guy? And there was a number to call, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we dialed the number, it was an 844. So we dialed the number, and we're like, I don't know what it said, I don't remember. And we were like, okay. So we kept checking, right? And I'm telling you, 2 minutes later, my phone rings. Right? I don't know the number, and I was like, should I answer this call? So my husband's like answering who it was. Elder Key.
That's right.
The man.
Right. Okay.
Right? So I says, okay. So we started talking, and we set up a date to have a Zoom call, a consultation. So we talked for an hour, and he discussed things that we could do with a 501c3. I told him I had an LLC, and he said, you want to have both of them? So he's very knowledgeable in what it is that you have to do. So I made my own mistakes by listening to other people instead of listening to him. But, everything is a learning process, right? So he's always guided us in the right way. So we started our process, right? He got us this guy. We needed a house manager. So he got us this guy that he knew from Florida that did that before. That was so funny. Elder Keith and I, we cracked up at this guy.
Disaster,
I tell him,
right?
I said, Elder Keith, all that guy got me with some utensils from the Salvation Army, right? He brought these 2 guys from Florida. I had one left without paying. The other guy I had to pay to send them back on the plane to Florida. I was like, get this guy out of my house. But it is what it is.
Little hiccups.
Yeah, little hiccups that happen. I had another house manager that got everybody high in the house, and he stole the motorcycle of someone and a bag of tools. And then later, about 3 weeks later, we're looking through the news, we found out he was a bank robber. He robbed a bank. So, these are things that happen. So then, so getting the house, right? We set it up. We had furniture in the first house. He told us to get, to find organizations, right? So that's what we did. We found organizations, and we found, okay, let me backtrack. I went onto Fiverr, right? Fiverr, and I went there and I did a virtual assistant. And what you have to do is ask them to look for organizations in the area around your house, your sober house, right? Look for the areas around there and tell them that you want organizations that are rehabs for incarcerated people, for veterans. You want everything surround.
A list.
Yeah, a list. I need their name, the organization, telephone, contact, email.
And these will potentially become referral sources.
Exactly. So I got these, right, and I kept calling them. Just letting them know I'm here in town. I have this sober house.
But you was proactive. You kept calling.
You can't just call once. You got to keep calling them so that they know. Okay, this is what I always say. Right? I'm over here and the other person is down here when it comes to the importance. I got to keep up until they come all the way to my level.
Right.
Okay, so they're like, oh, this girl keeps calling. Okay, I got this message. Bam, let me call this crazy woman. Right? But I keep on. So some of these people weren't able to help me, right? But they connected me to other people that were able to help me. Like one of them got me all my furniture for free. As a matter of fact, for my second house, I went and I got a whole bunch of stuff.
Wait a minute, what'd you say for what?
For free,
For free.
FREE. Yeah, of course I gave her money as a donation to her organization because we always want to pay forward. I'm not going to take without giving. So I gave her, a nice donation, which is a write-off, right? Make sure that you write it in a check. So and make sure that you have a bank account with your business, you know, not your personal. So, which is what Elder Keith taught me. So now he came down to see my house, right? And I was gonna pay for a hotel. You know, I paid for his airfare to come down because you have to. I'm not gonna have him come to my house. So I was gonna pay for his airfare. He's like, Cathy, I'm staying in your house, and I was ka-ching, save money. So my husband and I, we sit in the house also in one of the beds, in one of the rooms, right? So that was cool. He came back. He went with us to the organizations that I had. So now, okay, don't let this man come down and waste his time sitting down there finding organizations, not having meetings. When he came down to my house, I already had made appointments.
Itinerary already set.
I had, this is what we're doing this day, this is what we're doing this day. I had meetings from this time to this time with people that were, the people that I got all the way up to here with me. You know, I had someone who was the director of social services, one who is a veteran, one who is a counselor, one who is a crazy woman, but she had another sober house, and so on, right?
That was another story right there.
Oh, that's another story for another interview.
Yeah.
Right? So he came and he met these people, he talked to them. I was able to learn what he was talking about, how to talk to the next people, because, you know, it's learning how you have to learn how to talk to people, especially these organizations. So we learn from him what to say when we're on our own. So then we got it up and running. It wasn't easy getting people. It took us like 4 months to start getting people in the house, right? You got to get your rules and your regulations. You got to get an agreement, right? I got an agreement, but I also had a lawyer look over it with the state of Connecticut. That's where I'm from, because you want to make sure that you're not doing anything that goes against the rules, you know, against the law, first of all, and you want something that covers you. Like Elder Keith said, make sure